The best goalkeeper in the world turned into a nightmare. A keeper, one of the best in the world, who won everything and has a history with major teams since he was just 16 years old. But despite all that, no one wants him. No one is making a move to sign him. He has become one of the biggest transfer mysteries this season. At a time when he's being rejected by all the big clubs have replaced their goalkeepers. Barcelona, United, City, and Bayern didn't renew Neuer's contract, and Chelsea needs a keeper. So why don't these teams want Donnarumma? And why would any team want him? Grab your coffee and join me. Let's go. Want to know Donnarumma's story well? Go back to his start with Milan. He was a talented goalkeeper. God gave him an exaggerated height at a young age, and the club's bet on him was strange, at a time when there were more experienced goalkeepers. But this kid had something different. At lightning speed, he established himself as Milan's first-choice keeper at the age of 16. It was a miracle. Donnarumma achieved what Messi did with Barcelona in goalkeeping, and Milan provided him with all the protection, care, and pampering to the point where they even brought his brother in as the third goalkeeper to make him feel comfortable and secure. So, why am I telling you all this? To tell you that when his contract was about to expire with Milan, the club tried to renew it, but he demanded an extremely high salary. Milan offered a high salary by their standards, the captain's armband, and other privileges, but he still said no. This is when Maldini told him to go to his mom. The same story happened with Paris Saint-Germain, but to a lesser extent because he asked for a high salary and Paris said, "Wait a minute, my dear, who told you that we want a playmaker?" Modern football is a meat grinder for many players. You either adapt to it and what the coaches want, or it will crush you like it did to others. The truth is that Donnarumma couldn't keep up with it, or he was too lazy to do so. As excellent as he is at shot stopping, he fails at building up play and participating in moving the ball forward. He's an old-school keeper who just kicks the ball out. Luis Enrique came out in a press conference and said that it was his decision for Donnarumma to leave because he needs a goalkeeper who's better with his feet and contributes to the build-up. And here, I want you to pay close attention because this is an important reason. Away from his greed for money, technically, it's difficult for a big team to sign him because all the top clubs play with a build-up from the keeper. United, Chelsea, of course, Barcelona, and Bayern. That's why the idea of him even being linked with City is not logical at all, because Guardiola is the one who pioneered the goalkeeper contributing to the attack. How would he bring in a keeper who has nothing to do with this? He sacrificed Joe Hart's career because he couldn't pass. How could you tell me Donnarumma? Last season, Donnarumma started very poorly. He was a joke, with mistakes in every match and easy goals conceded. But after that, in the middle of the season, he delivered a super performance and led Paris to all the trophies, even the final of the Club World Cup. Over the last 2 seasons, he's done the same thing before his recent improvement. Maybe this is a reason for the club's concerns. Paris can tolerate this in the easy French league, but in England, for example, if you slack off for just 5 or 6 matches, the whole season could be wasted. These, my friend, are 3 flaws that would make any team think twice or 3 times before moving to sign Donnarumma. And they might prefer any other keeper over him, even because of the first 2 flaws alone. But wait, why might you want Donnarumma on your team? I'll tell you. You want him for his experience. Didn't you notice when I told you he played for Milan at 16? After Milan, he joined the Italian national team at a very young age and became Italy's first-choice goalkeeper at 20. He won the Euro with them, went to Paris in his early 20s, won many trophies in the Champions League last season, and all this while he is still only 26 years old. This kid has played and gained experience with clubs and the national team, and he has won almost everything, and he still has more than 10 years of football ahead of him. As for his abilities, put the story of him not being good with his feet aside for a moment. which I think can be acquired through training and development. But as a traditional goalkeeper, you will find him currently one of the top 3 in the world, and he might come right after Courtois. He excels at aerial balls, long-range shots, one-on-ones, corners, and he's super at penalties. He has all the qualities of a giant goalkeeper. Honestly, these qualities have become rare in football, because you and I know that 90% of the good keepers with their feet forget how to save a shot in the first place. And one more piece of information I want to add. Donnarumma has the highest market value of any goalkeeper in the world. This tells you about the technical value I told you about, and it also tells you that teams have an excellent financial opportunity if they think about it, because Paris doesn't want him and they've already brought in a replacement. At the same time, his contract expires next summer, so Paris is talking about a 35 million euro fee, which is a very small number compared to Donnarumma's name, because his normal price would not be less than 60 to 70 million euros. And here, I want to chat with you a little and give you my point of view. Donnarumma is in an unenviable position. Paris has turned on him and politely kicked him out. The player released a statement, and it was clear he was banking on offers from the big clubs, but suddenly he found no offers, and everything went dark. Barcelona brought in Johan Garcia. United went for an unknown Belgian keeper. Bayern didn't even consider him. Chelsea said they would wait for Sanchez, and the talk about City is not logical. Milan won't think of bringing him back, and Juventus, Inter, Roma, and Napoli haven't thought about him either. He's being rejected from all sides. Even offers from Saudi Arabia haven't come. This means he might sit on the bench for a full year in Paris, and there's a World Cup he needs to play in. So, the story of his greed for money and demanding an exaggerated salary will no longer be there, and it will be easy for him to get a logical and suitable contract with any team that signs him, and he'll sign a long-term contract as well. So, the money issue is solved after what he has gone through, especially since there are leaks that he lowered his demands to stay with Paris, but they had already made their decision. The second point is playing with his feet. I am one of the people who is convinced that a goalkeeper's job is to save shots, not to build attacks. Donnarumma himself is an example of this, because despite his failure to build play, he led Paris to all the trophies and was decisive with excellent saves that require a top keeper. Then, playing with the feet can be acquired through training and development. So, in short, Donnarumma is a goalkeeper you would love to have on your team and bet on him. No matter his personal flaws, his quality as a player is undeniable, and he is certainly better than all the keepers at United and Chelsea, for example. So, which team do you think could sign Donnarumma and benefit from him? If you were a coach, would you sign him or look at other names? I'm waiting for your answers in the comments, and I'm also waiting for you to like, subscribe, and share so that you get all the new videos. See you, my friend.